tracking record-breaking heat.
Oh yeah, it's gonna get hot.
But it's also downright dangerous with unhealthy air quality.
Terrible. It's terrible. It's unbearable. If I get too overheated, I can't breathe.
Tonight, what you need to know to survive this heat wave. And good evening, I'm Lydia Spar. We have a First Alert weather team coverage right now. Beth McLeod has been tracking it all day. She joins us now with the very latest on this heat wave, Beth.
Yeah, it is so hot out there right now. I know it looks fantastic out there, sun just setting, but currently we're at 88 degrees and we don't go very far overnight tonight. And today was a record-breaking temperature day. So be prepared for this. You can see by the afternoon time, daytime highs, your actual feels like temperature. We're back into 3 digits, Lydia. Many places will be complaining again, and many people will be going, wow, it feels like 100, and some might actually be a little warmer than that. Coming up, I'll let you know if there's any relief in sight.
Okay, thank you, Beth, and keep up with the forecast while you're out and about all week with the Cleveland 19 First Alert Weather app. You can get the forecast for the next 10 days with just one click, along with radar images from the Cleveland 19 Storm Team. It's a free download for your smartphone. And we sent this push alert straight to your device early this morning, warning of a heat advisory for dangerous heat. And mixed with the humidity, it was tough for so many to breathe, as Beth has said. Denise Zarella is getting answers on the air quality alert and what it means and what not to do on days like this.
As you were driving along today, you may have seen one of these ODOT signs that tells you there's an air quality alert in effect today. Avoid idling. If you're like me, you may have wondered, what does that mean exactly? So we went looking for answers. For Rick, the most he'll be able to do today is sit on the couch with the fan blowing on him.
I was talking to my wife about, maybe going fishing. Nah. With the heat in, no. I can't deal with it.
So for now, Rick keeps his rescue inhalers close and hopes that the air quality will improve tomorrow. In Elyria, Denise Zarella, Cleveland 19.
Meantime, a lot of people in Northeast Ohio tried to beat the heat at the beach.
Kind of like heat waves. 1 minute it's hot, 1 minute it's cold, but then again, this is Cleveland.
Tomorrow will probably be worse because it's going to be in the 90s, but it's very nice out here.
The temperature of Lake Erie off of Cleveland is about 66 degrees, so you know that felt very refreshing for anyone who got in the water or just dangled their feet right there into the lake. Now the water has receded in Louisville in Stark County. Flash flooding was breaking news on Cleveland 19 News last night at 11. Jason Oren posted this video of the rushing water at Route 44 and Reno Drive on Facebook. Cleveland 19 crews on the scene late last night too, where roads were closed and people at an apartment complex were evacuated as a precaution. We reached out to the fire department and they say the water has receded and only a couple of apartments were left uninhabitable. For continuing coverage of the heat, tune in to Wake Up Cleveland starting at 4:30 a.m. and be sure to stay up to date on air and online using our Cleveland 19 News app.
Now on Wake Up Cleveland, from Talmadge to Chardon, kids across Northeast Ohio waking up for their first day back to school, and we're covering stories that are important to them and, of course, to you.
We're talking about school lunches and how one local school is working to put locally grown foods on your child's lunch tray.
And this morning, we're getting answers on this farm-to-table cafeteria movement. Damon.
And be sure, don't miss the bus this morning. We are live in Parma at the Bus Hub. Coming up, a live report. We'll talk a little bit about the operations and something that's new to the district this year.
Oh, you're mad. You're mad.
Oh.
You're mad. I know. It's that first day of school. You know the alarm is going off. A lot of repeating this morning. Parents making sure their kids are up, out the door, and onto school.
Man, nothing sends a chill down your spine like that.
I knew it was going to happen, and I still got a chill.
It's jarring. All right. Well, getting back into the routine can be a little tough. We all know that, but there's a lot of excitement about the first day, too. Some kids even going to school for the first time, and even new teachers kicking off their careers.
Damon Maloney is live for us this morning in Parma at a place that sees a lot of activity right before the first bell rings. Good morning, Damon. We're seeing all those yellow school buses basically getting raring to go.
Back down memory lane.
Yeah, I like that alarm clock this morning. Make sure Julian is up and everyone else there in the studio. Yeah, we're here at the bus hub in Parma, and this is the second largest school district in Cuyahoga County. And you can tell, look at all the buses here. There's over 10,000 students, and a large portion of those students rely on the bus system to get to their different schools. Stay with us. Coming up in the next half hour, we'll have more on the back to school celebration, including how a second grade teacher is kicking tradition to the curb when it comes to her classroom setup. Back to you in the studio, Nihan Julian.
Food trucks.
I was
for
just
the first
thinking
day.
that. Wow. These kids are lucky.
Times are changing, huh?
And speaking of food, school lunches clearly coming a long way from cardboard pizza and chicken patties.
We like that pizza, though. More schools are incorporating locally grown food on lunch trays these days. Jim Pachano getting answers on the farm to cafeteria table movement.
When kids line up at lunchtime, school dietitian Shannon Fitzgerald wants them to connect the dots between local farms and their cafeterias. She sees the lunchroom as an extension of the classroom. The lesson, nutrition can be fun. Kids like third grader Michael Kemmer are taking notice and now making healthier choices.
I sometimes I pick out like carrots and a lettuce, like salad.
He's even built a wish list.
Blueberries and watermelon.
Getting answers, Jen Pachano, Cleveland 19.
Ooh, they are really good gardeners there.
He is, and not just eating the food either. He's good at actually helping out around the garden. Great idea.
It really is.
Now at 9, we have new video showing people running for their lives as shots rang out at a local bar. Good evening, I'm Sarah Goldenberg. Lydia Sparra has a night off. But first, our main story tonight. The Mentor Police Department is mourning the loss of one of their own after an officer is struck and killed by a car while on the job. Victor Williams begins our team coverage tonight of this tragedy.
When I woke up this morning, it was just heartbreaking. I was in tears, hearing another officer was killed in the line of duty.
So immediately, Lake County Sea of Blue President Terry Pekarczyk and her loved ones sprang into action, showing their support the only way they could.
We just felt helpless. So we came out and we put a cross up in his memory and also hung blue ribbons.
For now, we're getting answers. Victor Williams, Cleveland 19 News.
And just hours after the Mentor police officer was killed, police officers who lost their lives in the line of duty were honored at a previously planned event. The roar of motorcycle engines in downtown Cleveland kicked off the 10th annual Cops Ride. Cleveland 19's Denise Zarella was there and continues our team coverage.
Thanks, David. I love him and I miss him a lot.
In Cleveland, Denise Zarella, Cleveland 19.
The Cops Ride has raised over $85,000 over the years, and today's event raised thousands more. Going forward, we continue to ask questions about how the deadly accident that killed a Mentor police officer happened. Still to be released, the officer's identity and more details about the driver, including how that person was located and arrested. Mentor Police will hold a news conference Monday morning and will release the latest information. Stay with Cleveland 19 News for the latest on this developing story.